Next story. US and Abu Dhabi forge partnership on artificial intelligence. In a groundbreaking move, the United States government is seeking to form an alliance with Abu Dhabi to collaborate on artificial intelligence, AI, technology, according to a recent report from the Financial Times. This partnership is expected to have significant implications for the future of AI development and regulation. The proposed alliance aims to strengthen the US-UAE relationship and enhance both nations' capabilities in AI. According to a senior US official, the agreement would involve joint research, technology sharing, and setting standards for emerging technologies like AI. The partnership would also include the creation of a regulatory framework for AI, with the goal of ensuring ethical and responsible development and use of the technology. The move comes as the US and other countries increasingly recognize the potential of AI, as well as the need to address the challenges and risks associated with it. These challenges include issues of privacy, security, and ethics, as well as concerns about the potential for AI to exacerbate existing social and economic inequalities. The US-Abu Dhabi alliance is expected to focus on a number of key areas, including healthcare, transportation, and finance. In healthcare, for example, AI has the potential to transform the way diseases are diagnosed and treated, as well as to improve patient outcomes and reduce costs. In transportation, AI is expected to play a major role in the development of self-driving cars and other autonomous vehicles. And in finance, AI is already being used to improve fraud detection and to make better investment decisions. The partnership is also expected to include provisions for the exchange of AI expertise and talent between the US and Abu Dhabi. This could include the creation of joint research centers, as well as opportunities for students and professionals to study and work in each other's countries. The proposed alliance between the US and Abu Dhabi is just one of several recent moves by governments around the world to collaborate on AI. In recent years, countries such as Canada, France, and the UK have established their own national AI strategies and have formed partnerships with other nations and with the private sector to advance the technology. The US-Abu Dhabi alliance is expected to be formally announced in the coming months. It remains to be seen how the partnership will play out in practice, and what impact it will have on the development and use of AI. However, it is clear that the alliance represents a significant step forward in the ongoing effort to harness the potential of AI while addressing the challenges and risks associated with it. Sources: Source: www.ft.com. Next story. Google's restructuring of artificial intelligence teams. In a bold move to stay ahead of the curve in the ever-evolving tech industry, Google has announced a significant reorganization of its artificial intelligence (AI) teams. The restructuring aims to streamline the company's operations, bring its consumer hardware and software engineers together, and accelerate the integration of AI into its features. At the helm of this transformation is Rick Osterloh, who will lead the newly established team called Platforms and Devices. This team will oversee Google's Pixel products, Android, Chrome, Chrome OS, Photos, and more. Osterloh emphasized that AI is the key factor behind bringing together Google's consumer hardware and software engineers. He highlighted the growing importance of AI in phone technology, pointing to the Pixel camera's use of AI for features like enhancing nighttime photos and selecting the best shots. Merging teams has been in the works for over 2 years, and the change is not due to internal power struggles, according to Hiroshi Lockheimer, who was in charge of Android, Chrome, and Chrome OS. Instead, this restructuring aligns with Google's ongoing efforts to focus its operations around AI technology. Lockheimer will now focus on other projects within Google and Alphabet. Osterloh stressed that the transformative potential of AI in enhancing user experiences is particularly crucial in today's context. He explained that merging the teams would enable Google to accelerate its integration of AI into its features. Understanding not just the hardware and software systems but also the early AI models used for image processing is essential, according to Osterloh. The restructuring aims to simplify Google's organization, boost its product innovation speed, and facilitate faster decision-making processes. It is an essential step toward achieving Google's vision of becoming a more AI-centric company and staying ahead of the curve in the tech industry. This move is a clear indication that Google recognizes the potential of AI technology and is committed to harnessing its power to deliver innovative products and services. As AI continues to shape the future of technology, Google is positioning itself to lead the way in this exciting and transformative era. Sources: www.yahoo.com. Next story. Google Maps harnesses AI to locate EV chargers worldwide. Next story. Google Maps unveils AI-powered EV charging stations feature, a leap towards a greener future. Google Maps is set to revolutionize the electric vehicle (EV) driving experience by integrating artificial intelligence (AI) technology to help EV drivers find charging stations more efficiently. The tech giant announced that it will add real-time details about charges to the Google Maps app when users indicate they're driving an EV. The new feature will provide information about the charge's status, location, and the number of plugs available. Aside from providing real-time information, the AI-powered feature will also include expected range when drivers use turn-by-turn directions and offer suggestions based on the car's battery level. Moreover, the new Google Maps update will enable users to filter hotels by whether they have EV charging, making it easier for EV drivers to plan their trips. The announcement comes as Google ramps up its AI capabilities following the surprising success of OpenAI's ChatGPT. The tech giant has been racing to add AI features to its apps and services, including the launch of its Bard chatbot, now named Gemini, and adding features such as its Magic Editor for photos. Google is expected to announce even more AI products during its Google I/O Developer Conference, which starts on May 14. Google's AI-powered EV charging stations feature is an excellent addition to the growing number of EV drivers, with EVs representing about 7% of new U.S. car sales and more than 25% of new car sales in Google's home state of California. Google Maps will automatically recommend boost charging stations along the way based on the battery's charge level and adjust the projected arrival time to include charging if selected. Google's latest update is a significant step towards creating a more sustainable future. With the increasing demand for EVs, the new feature of Google Maps will help drivers find charging stations more efficiently and reduce the anxiety associated with finding a charging station, especially when on a long trip. The new feature will initially be available for free around the world in the coming months, starting with vehicles with Google built-in infotainment systems, such as some Volvo and Polestar models. Google added some EV-related features to its other driving assistant app, Waze, last month. Google's latest move is a testament to the company's commitment to creating a better and more sustainable future. With the growing demand for EVs, the new feature of Google Maps will help drivers find charging stations more efficiently and reduce the anxiety associated with finding a charging station, especially when on a long trip. As the world moves towards a more sustainable future, technology companies like Google are leading the charge in creating solutions that make it easier for people to switch to EVs. With AI-powered features like the one announced by Google Maps, the transition to EVs will become more seamless and accessible to a broader audience. In conclusion, Google Maps' new feature of providing real-time information about EV charging stations using AI technology is a game-changer in the EV industry. The new feature will help drivers find charging stations more efficiently and reduce the anxiety associated with finding a charging station. As the world moves towards a more sustainable future, technology companies like Google are leading the charge in creating solutions that make it easier for people to switch to EVs. Source: www.cnet.com. Next story. Revolutionizing sports. Olympic organizers game plan with artificial intelligence. Olympic organizers have unveiled their strategy to leverage artificial intelligence, AI, in sports, joining the global race to harness the rapidly advancing technology. The International Olympic Committee, IOC, outlined its AI master plan, which includes using the technology to identify promising athletes, personalize training methods, improve judging, protect athletes from online harassment, and enhance the viewing experience for people watching from home. The IOC's plans come as the Paris Olympics gears up to kick off in just under 100 days. Some AI projects will be rolled out at the Paris Games, and the IOC has set up a working group on the technology to further drive its adoption in sport. However, the local organizers of the Paris Games have sparked controversy with their plans to use AI for security, with a video surveillance system that includes AI-powered cameras to flag potential security risks. Digital watchdog groups have raised concerns that the proposal will infringe on privacy, though the French government insists the systems won't use facial recognition technology. The IOC has also partnered with Intel to scout out potential athletes in overlooked places. The tech company took its equipment to Senegal, where they visited 5 villages and analyzed the athletic ability of 1,000 children. Using AI to analyze the results, they found 40 children who are promising athletes. While the IOC is embracing AI, Olympic officials are also aware of the risks. IOC President Thomas Bach warned against allowing machines to be the ultimate arbiter of a young athlete's career. He cautioned that someone who's a great athlete in wrestling must still have the chance to play tennis and cannot be sorted out by the algorithms. The use of AI in sports is still in its infancy, but it has the potential to revolutionize the way sports are played, coached, and watched. As the world becomes increasingly reliant on technology, the integration of AI in sports is a natural progression. However, it's crucial to balance the benefits of AI with the potential risks and ensure that the technology is used responsibly. Sources: Olympic organizers unveil strategy for using artificial intelligence in sports. 2024, April 19th. The Hill. TheHill.com. Next story. Navigating the AI revolution, journalists face tough decisions. In the ever-evolving world of technology, artificial intelligence, AI, has been making waves, and the journalism industry is no exception. The rise of AI has brought about both opportunities and challenges, forcing journalists to grapple with ethical and editorial dilemmas. At the International Journalism Festival in Perugia, Italy, the impact of AI on journalism was a hot topic of discussion. One of the most pressing concerns is the potential loss of jobs. AI tools are already being used in newsrooms around the world to transcribe sound files, summarize texts, and translate. In early 2023, Germany's Axel Springer Group announced that it would be cutting jobs at the Bild and Die Welt newspapers, stating that AI could now replace some of its journalists. Generative AI, which can produce text and images based on simple requests in everyday language, is also opening new frontiers. However, it raises concerns about the authenticity of voices and faces that can now be cloned to produce podcasts or present news on television. For instance, Filipino website Rappler created a brand aimed at young audiences by converting its long articles into comics, graphics, and even videos. While AI tools can assist journalists in their work, media professionals agree that their trade must focus on tasks that offer the greatest added value. According to Shailesh Prakash, general manager of Google News, "You're the one who is doing the real stuff, and the tools that we produce will be an assistant to you." The costs of generative AI have also plummeted since ChatGPT burst onto the scene in late 2022. Smaller newsrooms can now access the tool designed by US startup OpenAI. However, many media organizations are not making their own language models, which are at the core of AI interfaces. University of Amsterdam professor Nathalie Helberger emphasized the need for safe and trustworthy technology for newsrooms. The rise of AI has also brought about the threat of disinformation. According to one estimate last year by Every Pixel Journal, AI has created as many images in 1 year as photography in 150 years. That has raised serious questions about how news can be fished out of the tidal wave of content, including deep fakes. Regulation remains in its infancy in the face of a constantly evolving technology. In March, the European Parliament adopted a framework law aiming to regulate AI models without holding back innovation. Guidelines and charters are increasingly common in newsrooms, and AI editorial guidelines are updated every 3 months at India's Quintillion Media. While AI models feed off data, the thirst for the vital commodity has raised hackles among providers. The New York Times sued OpenAI and its main investor Microsoft for violation of copyright. In contrast, other media organizations have struck deals with OpenAI, including Axel Springer, US news agency App, French daily Le Monde, and Spanish group Prisa Media. With resources tight in the media industry, collaborating with the new technology is tempting. However, Emily Bell, a professor at Columbia University's Journalism School, senses a growing external pressure to get on board, don't miss the train. In conclusion, the rise of AI in journalism is a double-edged sword. While it offers opportunities for journalists to streamline their work, it also poses significant challenges. As the technology continues to evolve, journalists must adapt to the changing landscape and grapple with the ethical and editorial dilemmas that come with it. Source: www.yahoo.com. Next story. Uncover upswing opportunities. Investing in AI boosted smartphone market with 2 undervalued stocks. Artificial intelligence, AI, is breathing new life into the smartphone market, and two beaten-down chip stocks are poised to benefit significantly. Skyworks Solutions, SWKS, and Qorvo, QRVO, have underperformed the semiconductor sector this year, but the proliferation of AI-capable smartphones presents a unique growth opportunity for these companies. The global smartphone market has been struggling for the past couple of years, with shipments declining in 2022 and 2023. However, the market is showing signs of recovery, with shipments growing nearly 8% year-over-year in the first quarter of 2024. Moreover, the market is expected to grow 4% in 2024, followed by further growth in subsequent years. The I factor indicates that the market's recovery could be even faster, with AI-capable smartphones expected to account for 5% of the overall market in 2024, up from just 1% in 2023. This represents an estimated 59 million AI smartphones shipped in 2024, based on Canalys' overall smartphone shipment forecast of 1.17 billion. By 2027, AI-enabled smartphones could account for 45% of the global smartphone market, with 562 million units shipped. Skyworks and Qorvo, both of which supply chips for Apple, stand to benefit from this trend. Apple is the top customer for both companies, with Skyworks generating 66% of its total revenue from selling chips to Apple and Qorvo relying on Apple for 37% of its sales. With Apple reportedly looking to integrate AI-focused tools into its products, the arrival of an AI-enabled iPhone could encourage the 240 million iPhone users waiting to upgrade to a newer device to do so. This could lead to further growth in subsequent years as AI smartphone adoption gains steam. Both Skyworks and Qorvo are expected to deliver an ordinary financial performance in their current fiscal years but are projected to grow in fiscal 2025. Investors can buy these beaten-down stocks at a good deal, with price-to-sales multiples of just over 3 and forward earnings multiples of 14x to 15x. In conclusion, Skyworks and Qorvo are solid buys right now, with the proliferation of AI-capable smartphones presenting a unique growth opportunity for these companies. As the demand for AI-enabled smartphones grows, these two chipmakers are well positioned to benefit from this trend. Source: www.nasdaq.com. -2 beaten-down stocks to buy greater than next story. Unlocking long-term AI investment success, choosing winning strategies. Artificial intelligence, AI, has taken the world by storm, and investors are clamoring to get a piece of the action. However, with the recent market volatility, it's crucial to be strategic when investing in AI for the long haul. In a recent article, CNBC's Samantha Subin discusses how to pick the winners in the AI space. The article notes that while the Magnificent Seven tech stocks have contributed significantly to the market's rally, they can also experience substantial volatility, as seen in the recent market slide. To mitigate risk, investors should look for names with staying power and remain diversified. One option is to select ETFs that incorporate dozens of names, as this can be a lower-risk way to diversify. The AI industry is poised to be a central theme as the technology transitions from early-stage winners to second-stage adopters. Therefore, investors may want to undertake certain strategies if they're looking for long-term plays in the space. When investing in any new industry, it's recommended to keep an eye on companies' cash burn and how they are spending their money. Additionally, it's essential to pay attention to the fine details, such as how a company works through a backlog and how much money it devotes toward infrastructure. When it comes to chip stocks, it's also recommended to take a look at government grants. The industry won big in 2022 when President Joe Biden signed the CHIPS Act into law. The measure allocated funds toward building out semiconductor production on U.S. soil. Furthermore, investors should avoid blindly chasing the hot winners that have benefited from AI enthusiasm. Instead, it's wise to consider some of the old economy stocks embracing the new digital wave. When building any portfolio, financial advisors and portfolio managers stress the importance of diversification, and the same applies to AI. An exchange-traded fund, ETF, might be a good way to get that diversified exposure to a basket of stocks that could benefit from the AI theme, rather than sticking with one or two promising names. Selecting ETFs that incorporate dozens of names can be a lower-risk way to diversify. Some ETF options include the Global X Robotics and Artificial Intelligence ETF, BOTS, the First Trust Nasdaq AI and Robotics ETF, ROBT, and the Global X Artificial Intelligence and Technology ETF, AIQ. While the gains may fall short of the surge seen in stocks such as Nvidia and Meta, ETFs allow investors to obtain lower risk exposure to the sector. Longer term, investors can also use the leadership in these funds to consider picking out individual names further down the road. In conclusion, investing in AI for the long haul requires a strategic approach. Diversification is key, and investors should keep an eye on companies' cash burn and how they are spending their money. Additionally, it's recommended to consider ETFs that incorporate dozens of names, as this can be a lower risk way to diversify. Source: www.nbcnewyork.com. Next story. Expert: Artificial intelligence revolutionizing the news landscape. Artificial intelligence, AI, is set to bring about a fundamental change in the news ecosystem in the coming years, according to media expert David Caswell. Speaking at the International Journalism Festival in Perugia, Caswell discussed the impact of AI on journalism and how it will change the way news is gathered, produced, and consumed. According to Caswell, the use of AI in journalism is becoming more prevalent, with machines taking on a larger role in gathering, producing, and creating news content. This shift is being driven by the availability of generative AI, which allows for the creation of news workflow through interfaces that are accessible and affordable for smaller newsrooms and individuals. Caswell also discussed the tools that are being developed to enable AI workflow, such as Google's Genesis tool, which is being tested with publishers. These tools help journalists to coordinate the use of AI in their work, verifying and editing the content produced by the AI. The job of the journalist in this new ecosystem becomes that of an editorial manager of the AI tool. While AI has the potential to bring about significant changes in journalism, Caswell cautions that it will take time for the news world to fully understand how to use AI for valuable purposes. He also warns that other organizations, such as startups and tech companies, may adopt AI for news purposes faster than traditional news organizations. Despite the challenges, Caswell is optimistic about the potential of AI for journalism. He believes that AI can give news organizations the opportunity to change their situation and participate in a new ecosystem. As Jelani Cobb, Dean of Columbia School of Journalism, says, AI is an unignorable force that journalism will have to organize itself around. In conclusion, AI is set to bring about a fundamental change in the news ecosystem, with machines taking on a larger role in the gathering, production, and creation of news content. While there are challenges and uncertainties, the potential benefits of AI for journalism are significant and worth exploring. Source: